And then, ladies and gentlemen, Giggity Racing League here. We got Boomhauer 01, Puddin' Knievel, Archangel Cloud. Welcome back. We just had one hell of a race at Talladega, seeing K Taddy, our fearless leader, taking home the W with the last lap pass on Noco. Crazy racing. And now we are heading to the short track where the tempers are going to fly, the bumpers are going to get used, and maybe, just maybe, see a little bit of retaliation from anything that happened in our previous race. So, my Keystone Cowboy brother and our other brother, why don't y'all jump on in here and spread y'all's opinion?
Well, I
How
definitely
exciting
expect to
is
see some
this?
retaliation. But
Yeah.
I mean, we got a lot of mature drivers in here, a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
fun drivers, a lot of fast drivers. So I don't think it's going to carry over too much. You might see a little bit of aggression on the last laps, but I don't see it being nothing that's going to affect the race.
No, not really. I just say that to get people entertained and enthused, stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh,
I
don't
think
get
the
me wrong.
biggest redemption, though, would be go back and win the race and
That
say,
would.
hey, hey, that's what we got going for you, man. But I think that would be the biggest redemption. We have a lot of classy drivers here in Giggity, especially in the Cup Series. A lot of
Alrighty,
these
let's
guys are
accept the
captains
invites.
and has to say, go back and win that thing.
Absolutely.
I was a
Alright.
fun track,
So
too,
we've
man. It
got
is a
Buck
fun
starting
track.
on the pole. We've got Wicked Gatekeeper second, Noco third. We've got Mills fourth, Spinker in fifth. We've got RJ Smitty in sixth, Go with the Flow seventh, Robbie Vids eighth, MP Roofer ninth, K Taddy 10th. Alright, so let's get to it.
Ooh, Kate Taddy's starting back there in the back. He just won that race. Again, he's still on the bump, guys. He's going to have to work his way to the front. Short track racing, 2, 3 different lines around here, man. It's going to be intense. We are jumping in here, guys. We're going Iowa short track racing after we just went Talladega Super Speedway racing.
And as we know, it's two different, way different tracks. So, what's your approach? I mean, how much does it change your mindset, the way you drive, everything, the aggression and stuff like that? I mean,
Everything.
are you more patient? Are you more aggressive? I mean,
Maybe I'd be more patient, being a short track, being that there's
tires.
numerous lines,
Tires
especially
are a
these guys.
big thing here.
Yeah, they
You
are a
go three
huge
wide
thing,
off the third
but
four.
I'd
Ooh.
let people make mistakes in front of me. I don't expect it, but I would anticipate it. You know, as we see Buck out front, though, man, he had a good run last week at the Roval.
And Bucky's good at this track, I will say. I do gotta give a shout out to Mills running that throwback number 2 for that Brad Keselowski Miller Lite car. That is a bad looking car.
I know you will vouch for me this, though. They need to come back with a Wally Dallenbach Keystone car, though, man. They
I'd
need to come
love to
back for
see
that.
it. I'd love to
You
see it.
know. I don't think I would ever change my paint scheme as we're going
Ooh,
back racing
Mills
here.
catches the wall coming out of turn 2 a little bit. We got RJ
42, a wicked
Smitty.
gatekeeper right behind Buck.
Yeah, we got RJ Smitty running that cold trickle City Chevrolet 24 car throwback to
I love that paint
Days of
scheme.
Thunder. I do
It's my
too.
favorite in the game, besides the one that D. Smith runs with that P-52 Mustang. Those are my two favorite DLC paint schemes.
I gotta say that Bubba Wallace, Darrell Wallace Jr., that Air Force, that A10 Warthog throwback on that 43 car is pretty sharp too.
That's one of,
It
I call it the
definitely is.
P-52, but yeah, everybody is, but yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. Yeah,
All right, so
boom.
we've got
Wicked, Noko going to the inside of Wicked. Wicked to the upside. Buck still outside. Noko makes the pass in that number 1. Paint schemes have changed. Numbers has happened. Like, some people run the high side, some people run the inside. A lot of people run the inside. Maybe that's something I should learn, because I have learned to make that high side great here, but everybody seemed to be
somebody's in the
running that.
grass.
Blakey T, we know he's out there watching. This is one of his favorite tracks, and I know he wishes he could be here, but I like saving tires on that high side. Plus that
Yeah,
drive you get.
yes, that the run you get coming off the high line it's like Bristol, sort of say. I mean, it's not as much. The banking don't flatten out as bad as it does coming off the bottom. Now, there's not a whole lot of banking here to begin with, but there is less banking on the high side than the low side. it does make a little bit of a difference on the tires. Plus, this being custom setups, depending on how these
Noco
guys
to the lead. Sorry to interrupt you, Boo.
no,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. But depends on how the guys have their camber set up. If they've got too much camber, it's going to wear that right front out.
Yep. Buck making a fight for that, him or Noco on the outside. Noco making that yellow line work real good. Wicked Gatekeeper also running that line. Buck pulls right in behind Noco. Noco got a little bit of redemption. He says, I'm going to come back and win this one here from Talladega. Wicked Gatekeeper sucks right in on the inside there. Buck trying to make that high line work. We're seeing that the inside seems to be faster, but it is a
On fresh
conservation mode on
tires,
the outside.
yes.
Yeah,
Fresh
Buck goes to
tires,
the
that
outside,
inside
Wicked to the
line
inside.
does work.
Yes, it does. There are so many ways around here, Arch and Boom, that can be fast, man. There's so many different ways, and I think that's why I love short track racing.
And
Everybody's got their own way to make something work.
Looks like we got Spanker in the 48 creeping up on that top 3, followed by Mills rounding out the top 5.
Yeah, we've said his name quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. That 48 of Spanker, man, he's looking real good. Was looking real good at the Roval. He ran up front in that 48. Love it when he throws back the camo paint scheme. I know you do too. So great to see him. We've been saying his name quite a bit, proving why he should be in the Cup.
Last year, our final season on Heat 3, he was right up there with the Cup guys, on our Sunday races and Wednesday races. He was trying to go for 2 championships last year, so it's not really no surprise seeing up here. We know this man can drive. We know he's good. He's got talent. He can set cars up. So maybe he can try to sneak up, have something for these, this NOCO racing crew as we see 1, 2, 3 again early in the race.
Let's not forget about this points championship. We got Noco, RJ, Wicked, Buck, Mills, and K-Taddy. Mills, K-Taddy sitting on the bunk. K-Taddy being the winner of Talladega. Mills having an unfortunate circumstance. Gets wrapped up. Has to have a great points chance tonight. Otherwise, he might be out. K-Taddy looking real good to try to sneak in. But still, again, Noco, RJ, Wicked, and Buck up there. Mills and K-Taddy have to run strong tonight. K-Taddy starting back in the field. We do have stages, so let's see how everything works out for him, though.
Well, Taddy got got the first stage at Talladega, and he got the win. So that's a couple of playoff points. Now, right now, Mills is running.
Instead of Buck.
All right, I'll switch up there. As Mills is running in 5th right now, K-Taddy's running in 7th. So it's not really hurting Taddy too bad right now, being a couple spots back, getting those playoff points and everything in that last race. So we'll definitely have to see how it plays out.
Now, I got to run a couple laps with these boys while they were traveling or practicing earlier. I was on a slider. These guys were on customs. They were pulling away from me, but come find out, if you are super uncomfortable with how to set up a car here at Iowa, a slider wouldn't have been a bad idea if you don't know exactly how to set your car up. I mean, I was less than a straight away from them. Yep.
Ryan Morgan, I see you commenting on the broadcast right now, giving us a wave and showing us the beer emoji. I just heard one get cracked, I think, from Puddin', if I'm not mistaken.
Well, of course. What else would it be?
I've got one in my hand too, so cheers to you, good buddy. We know you're starting to lose your voice right now, thinking you might get sick. Hope you get to feeling better soon. That flu's nasty, nasty business this time of year, so hopefully that's not what it is.
Yeah, definitely. We talked to her. I don't get to talk with the RKM a lot verbally. Got the race with him. Got to do a little bit of both earlier. He said he was feeling below the weather. Went, put the IV on his arm, got hydrated. He says, I'm going to race these races tonight, or watch them. So great for you to be out there, RKM. We hope you are definitely going to feel better soon. Water and orange juice, buddy. It looks like we're under caution. Yep, caution, caution, caution.
I'm trying to follow my way through the field here, and
I just got a message from RKM.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, I just got a message from RKM not too long ago. The news has been broke during one of the Giggity roundtables. He is going to step aside as the captain next year. Mills will be taking over, so that's sad to see for RKM. Great to hear from Mills. RKM still says he's going to be a part, help everybody out. He's got a lot of responsibility, a lot of time on his hands, so we're going to miss you as a captain, RKM. And Ryan, we do appreciate everything that you have done to make Giggity what it is, buddy.
Work comes into play. I mean, it takes a lot. I know from experience. I was once, admin and a captain, so I know the time and the effort and everything it takes. And whenever you've got your own personal life and job and everything, you can't be too careful to let this become too much of your life. So sometimes stepping away is a good thing. As we see Mills in that number 2 make a run on the inside of Buck, along with that 48 of Spanker there, making it 3 wide, going down the backstretch, headed for turn 3. How's this going to play out?
Oh, I don't know, guys. Throttle control is a big thing here. You want
the 48 and the double zero make contact, along with the 24 and the 11 of Taddy.
Taddy to the
They're
inside.
He makes contact. He's in the grass. He keeps it straight, though.
Taddy mowing a little bit of grass real quick. Ryan just said Mills is already in charge. So it looks like looks like the chain of command have been passed and the torch has been passed. But thank you for everything you've done.
Why didn't we have a ceremony then? We should have been standing at parade rest and attention the whole time.
Because it's only RKM. We're going to miss it, but we're not going to miss him that much. Yeah. I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm just kidding. That's for calling me Pinky every now and then. But look at this. That 24 of RJ running to the high side. That Cole Trickle Pinky. Oh, Boomhauer. Thanks a lot. Thanks for backing him up. Guys, look at this. Snowco's starting to pull away. Wicked try not to let that happen.
A little bit. That's going to reel Wicked back in. There he comes. Let's see if... As we see somebody catch the wall, looks like the 48 of Spanker, as he manages to keep it up under speed, and he got a heck of a run from it. You don't see a whole lot of wall banging here, but if you're going to do it, he did it the right way.
Yeah, you don't want to do it deliberate, especially in this, but we know who does it on purpose, who doesn't. But if it happens, just stay in it, like we always say from our buddy Warpig. Wicked gatekeeper. Ryan Morgan makes it hard to announce when he puts stuff like that up. Wicked gatekeeper not letting Noko try to get away too far. Noko is to pull 5 or 6 cars, Buck right behind him, and then we see that 2 of Mills in that throwback paint scheme like you were talking about. There we go. We got Spinkter, and we got the 24 of RJ Smitty and the Cole Trickle car. They're battling hard back there. Man, we got fights all the way around. RJ, you're making it, RKM, you're making us hard, buddy. Holy cow.
And here comes Taddy. He's got that car redialed back in. He just got around Robbie Vids in that 37 car, so I wouldn't count him out just yet. You know, Taddy likes this track. He likes running the high side. Looks like he's sticking with that middle right now, trying to get those tires broke in. One too many keystones came back up just there. But he's trying to get them tires worn in so he can run that high line comfortable. So we'll see.
Good to see Robbie Bids again in the captain's pick. They were trying to get some cars for the field tonight. He was nervous about if he should run a Cup next year. I think he is Cup caliber, especially with his patience level and his knowledge of how to set cars up, Boomhauer. So this is great to see him making a Cup debut. And awesome to see him run that 37 car. Again, 73, we see him run for his kids, but then in 37 also for Trout, pulling that double-double for it tonight. So great to see him up there. Robbie, stay in it and prove to yourself that you can do it. We all know you can, buddy.
As you was talking about, as it comes to setting cars up, as we see Noko, stretching that lead out every bit further. It's been a big adjustment for everybody, I think. Coming from Heat 3 to Heat 4, everything is like completely different now. And everything is more important on this game than it ever has been before, especially when it comes to tire pressures. I don't know what in the world they've done. I still have problems, setting, cars up and stuff like that. I've got to, go back through the handbook and double check what this does and what that does now and stuff like that. So it's definitely made
big wreck back there. RJ Smitty gets rear end Robbie Vids. Yep, and go with the flow. Sorry to interrupt you, buddy.
That's
and the caution is out. Yes.
Just for last one day, Boomhauer. It's funny that you bring that up. Just for last one day, I put a Heat 3 setup into a Heat 4 car, and those tires burned away in one lap.
Yes,
they were gone in one lap.
When we first got this game, our good friend Daniel Smith, a.k.a. Life as a Plant, miss you, brother. It's been a while since we've got together and raced, but let you know I'm still thinking about my former teammate there. He put a setup in at Bristol. He made it 4 laps, and his tire light was on.
Yeah. So people, just like Weedman, one of the good guys that we raced with in Heat 3, he just got Heat 4 that 5 or 6 days ago. We talked about him earlier. He came over, and he was like, man, this game stinks. It's because the tire wear is real. The track is real. Everything in this is a lot more realistic, a lot different. We got them rack and stack, Boomer. Take them
Ooh,
to the green.
as we see the 42 have the lead now. A little bit of pit strategy, maybe 2 tires. There wasn't a whole lot of laps in from that last caution to this one. It might have been 10 laps or so. So we'll see if it pays off.
No offense, Ryan Morgan. No inappropriate emojis. That green one looks pretty inappropriate to me. We are a live feed right now. We don't want to have that out there, buddy.
That's not what you think it is. Putting that right there, that emoji's for Plant. That's his emoji in the Giggity in the race chats and everything on Facebook.
Well, again, I'm not on Facebook, as you all know. I have a Facebook. I have not been able to access mine for the last year. But, Arch, we haven't been able to talk to you real quick. Thanks for your broadcast. Now, are you still out there?
Oh, I'm right here, buddy, sitting here enjoying this good battling we got going on.
Oh, yeah, man. You need to speak up some more.
Yeah, I do apologize. I do have a Facebook. If anybody does want to see it, it is DANNY Puddin. Look it up, and then you'll see my long last name.
Danny.
But yeah, that's right. But I have not been able to access my Facebook for over a year now. I am on there, haven't not been active
now.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't hurt my feelings either. But guys, we got great racing as we see Noko going inside of Buck, Mills on the inside of him, and look at this, Kate Taddy and RJ Spinney right behind him, and our wicked gatekeeper up there pulling away, well, trying to, but Spanker's right there with him.
As we see Noko up front, he was able to pretty much almost, lap by lap, that lead was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now that he's back here and in traffic and he's got to work his way around people, is his car going to act the same? Is it going to handle different now? He's back here in all this dirty air.
Remember, these are custom cars. That is a very bright aspect to bring to it, Boomer. Yes, thank you. Everybody's different. They might set their car up one way, and they might set up a different way. Long run, short run, traffic, no traffic. I'm assuming that Noko wants to think that he's not going to have traffic. This competition tonight, he's going to have to work his way back to the front to prove what he's got. We are at Iowa. We are in customs. We just left Vega. These guys went super speedway. Now we're on a short track. Buck right behind Sphincter. Sphincter right behind Wicked Gatekeeper. These guys are now pulling in on each other. 3 tight for the lead, Boomer. Arch.
And those 3 up there look
okay. Ha 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 ha, Boomer. Ha ha ha. I just saw that.
Oh, and Ryan Morgan with the spam time message. Oh, was that Mills I seen back there on the apron?
Mills smacked the wall.
Oh, Mills, you told me he was going to take care of my car now. Don't let me down. That's my baby. I love that paint scheme.
I was just going to say, you do like that Deuce car. You like that number too, just like I like my 98. Next year I will be driving the 44, so I'm going to have to get over my superstitions as we see Sphincter and Buck making a move to the inside of Wicked Gatekeeper. Wicked Gatekeeper, you're going a little bit to the high side. There you're falling 1, 2, 3 back in line. Right to the inside. Wicked goes a little bit high. Buck to the inside. Sphincter pulled that same move right there. Guys, we have a tight battle for the lead.
Trying to get back on Wicked Darius. Alright. I love this reverse cam, man. You can see the entire track. You can see everything happening beside them, behind them. I mean, it's an awesome view. I remember on Heat 3, whenever you was on a controller, you could like wiggle the controller around and actually see everything around as you wanted. You can't do it on here, but with this reverse cam, you don't really have to now.
No, and that's again, I try to flip through to everybody, but especially when I'm on the leaders, as we see Buck make a move to the inside of Wicked, I always try to do. Yep, I always try to go to that reverse view. Arts gave me the opportunity. He was teaching me. Thanks again on not only the commentary, but how to broadcast, try to actually get that technical behind it. But I like doing that view for y'all. Yeah, Buck to the lead.
And
he had a great run at the Roval.
Looks like he's going to follow him. Oh, this overhead view is awesome too, man. I tell you, especially on short tracks like this, the way they get side by side, the way that they're running tight, close quarters. Oh, that's very, very close.
Sphincter to the inside of 42. Buck has a little comfortable lead. These two racing back here is only going to give Buck an opportunity to pull away. They need to give us a blimp view. That would be awesome.
No, I'd be
we'll
too
call it the
tempted
pudding blimp view.
I'd be too tempted to jump out of it.
That's right. You being an airborne in the Army, which we do appreciate your
Hooah!
service. Yeah, he would pull the parachute. Me being in the Air Force, I had never got to jump out of an airplane. I stayed on
Why
the
would
ground,
you?
worked on him. Exactly. Buck pulled his lead. Wicked maintains his second position, is able to hold off Sphincter.
It looks like
Yes, that
Noco's
is correct.
broken away.
SALCGABER. That is correct, RKM.
But yeah, it looks like Noco's pulled away from that pack behind him, and he's maintaining his distance between these front three. So maybe that dirty air back there being back in the pack's not affecting his car as bad. But we still don't see him making the moves that he made early in the race. Maybe he might have made an adjustment and it didn't quite pan out the way that he wanted to.
Caddy's
Talked
trying
to
to
Buck.
take fifth back there.
Oh,
Yeah, I
let's
talked to
get back
Buckner
to it.
earlier today. He said he was super proud of his Roval win. He says he wants something to prove on a custom car. Had some help, obviously, from his team. We knew who that is, but Buck is starting to pull away from the second and third place car, guys.
As we see the 24 of RJ Smitty, the 11 of K Taddy, the 2 of Mills Nation, and the 21 of MP Roofer back here all battling underneath a blanket for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Don't forget that K-Taddy and Mills definitely have a lot on the line tonight, Boomer and Arts. They are on jeopardy of getting bounced out of the points championship.
Ooh, Teddy
So
rubs
these
the
guys,
wall, bounces off, and hits Mills. They both keep it straight, though.
These guys definitely have to get any points they can. K-Taddy solidified with a win and a points stage win right there. He guaranteed himself some extra points. Mills had a bad accident back there trying to regain himself. Let's see how it all pans out. Buck's starting to pull away. Look who it is pulling back up right there. Who's that black car, guys?
There's 2 of them. Which one are you referring to?
The one with the green M on it that says Monster. We know that M
Uh-huh.
actually means N for Noco. He's pulling right behind the Wicked on the outside of Sphincter. Sphincter to the inside. Wicked to the high side. Noco goes to the inside. I know he works really hard on all his setups. Noco is going to try to chase down Buck. They had a great run at the Roval. Let's see if they can repeat that again. Noco has got his work cut out from him. He's got a couple fast people in front of him with Sphincter and Wicked as he makes it. It looks like he makes it to the inside of Wicked. Yeah.
Now, I have a quick question for both of y'all.
7.
Yeah.
Buck is not in the playoffs, correct?
Yes, he is.
He
yes,
is in the
he
playoffs?
is. Yes, Buck is in the playoffs. Yes,
All
I
right,
have the points right here now. It goes Noco, RJ, Wicked, Buck, Mills, and K-Taddy. K-Taddy
Okay.
and Mills being at the bottom of that. So the Buck has a lot to
All
gain
right.
tonight also.
All right, so Spinker's out of the playoffs right now. He's running second. Say he gets back up to Buck, and he takes the lead, coming to 1 to 2 to go in the stage or whatever. I don't know. I agree with you, RKM. I agree with you. But say he
Always
takes
the comedian.
lead, knowing that Noco, Buck, and Spinker and Wicked are right behind him, battling for points and positions and everything for these playoffs, for this championship. Do you yield?
I know
to
where
them,
you're going with this.
or
Race
do
them as
you
hard
keep-
as you can.
Yes, I was about to say, do you race them?
Race
or
them
do
as
you,
hard as you can.
or do you let
race them
them
as hard
battle
as
it
you
out?
can, Boomer. Race them as hard as you can, but give them room. Don't do anything intentional. Don't take them out of the race, but race them as hard as you can. Prove why you are a Cup caliber driver. Prove why
Because-
you're here, and prove that you want that win. Or
See,
deserve
Saturday
that win.
night, whenever we was running Daytona Sliders, in the Xfinity Series, I made a last second pass on Roofer to take stage 1. And there was a few comments about, well, he's, running for points. You're not. Well, I understand that, but do you yield that? Do you let them go? That's a choice you have to make as a driver.
Guys, we just got a real important update. We'll say this is breaking news right now. Sorry,
I see it. Go
train's
ahead.
going off in the background, but we just got it from the man himself, Edo. I'm back home. I will be home tomorrow night. Thanks for all of your support. Thank you, Edo, for
Thank you,
joining in.
Edo, and thank you
Thank
for letting
you.
us know that, brother, man. I am glad. We are so happy to have you back, man.
Again, Edo gave me my start as a driver and Giggity, not just in commentating. So thank you, Edo. You mean something to me, but you mean everything to
You about
everybody
called
in this
him
league.
Egg. I heard that.
I didn't say egg. I don't have my teeth in. Don't go anything into that. But yes, Edo, great to have you back in here, man. I'm glad everything's going to work out for you, and that's awesome.
we see
Everybody can't wait to have you
Spanker
back, buddy.
Closing in on Buck here a little bit.
Noco is hunting Wicked down also. You take those two, I'll take these two.
Well, also remember, 3 of the top 4 are teammates right now, so they're all in the same chat party together. So I mean, I'm pretty sure if Noco's got the run, he'll ask Wicked, "Hey, can you slide out the way for a second?" And I'm pretty sure Wicked would say, "Hey, yeah." But if Wicked's keeping up with him and Noco just can't make the pass, and I don't think Noco's the type of person to say, "Hey, move out of my way, please," or anything like that. He's going to try to race him as clean as he can, and try to earn it. That's the way Noco is. He don't want anybody to move out of his way. He wants to take every position on his own.
Sorry, guys, I have the most annoying dryer in history. I apologize
Yes, you
for
do.
that.
I've heard that thing plenty of times in the past.
Well, I'm not a Neanderthal. I do like to wear clean underwear every now and then, Boomhauer, as we get back to this race. Every now and then, yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
To each his own. As we see, once again, Spanker still closing in. But if y'all would keep an eye on this lead, I'm going to head back to the back of the pack here and see what's going on. I don't see the rest of these guys back here.
If you could give us a little update on our buddy, Australian Robbie, real quick. I'm going to keep an eye on this, but I want to see how he's doing. Great to have him in here.
He's running between as he catches the wall. See, commentators curses him and the 20 of Flo get together. See, you had to say something, didn't you, Puddin'?
Oh, I always have to say something about my good buddy. Again, thanks for Edfo for giving me that shot. They worked something out. I got to race with my buddy, but yeah, as everybody know, he is my good friend. I saw that too.
Thought you were shaving. What are you talking
don't worry,
about?
I don't have to shave.
As young as he sounds, he don't shave yet. He ain't grown nothing.
I just pluck every 6 blonde hairs that pop up on my face.
Alright, we got K Teddy on the backstretch as we see Buck in first crossing the start-finish line. So K Teddy's not having the race that he had hoped for, I don't believe.
Gatekeeper's on.
Oh! He was ghosted. I'm pretty sure Taddy had a heart attack. Yes, I just called him Caddy. Hey, go get my golf clubs.
Caddy Teddy?
Yep, Caddy Teddy, girl.
Guys, thank you again, everybody who participates in Giggity, everybody driving tonight, all the administrators, everybody out there, everybody that's in the booth. We always have such good fun with each other. Thanks for joining in out there in YouTube world. Boomer, Arch, putting up in the booth. We got RKM, our man Edso, Woodruff out there. Everybody, guys, thank you for so much. This is so much fun. That's why I think I enjoy commentating just as much as I do broadcasting, because we see Spanker to the inside of Buck taking the lead.
That's awesome to see. Ryan, you got to quit this. I mean it.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, everybody needs to listen. You guys have to jump on Ryan Morgan, RKM.
You've got to watch these comments.
I didn't know Canadians were so funny, but he's proven that tonight.
Oh, good Lord. Oh.
Guys, this is so much fun. We always have so much fun. Boomer, Arch, you do so much for you. I know I've been over talking to you a little bit tonight. Don't forget, everybody, Archangel doing the broadcast. Helped me out a lot with help learn how to broadcast. He helped me commentate. Is one of the administrators for the broadcasting booth in the Peacock booth, man. So we appreciate everything you do, Arch.
As we see Noco closing in.
K. Teddy said he had to pit because he had a pizza being delivered again.
Well, hey,
oh my goodness, guys! We are trying to call a race, and you guys are putting on a comedy show.
That is a perfect time for a pit stop, though. As long as you got your adjustments in before you got up, and as long as you got sat back down in time.
Oh, as long as it's got anchovies on it, that's the only way he can pull this off.
You just ruined it.
What?
Anchovies, man. Come on, man. You gotta go
Stinker is
Domino's.
starting to pull away. Noco is just past Buck. Buck doesn't know what to do. He just got passed on the inside by that Black Notorious #1. Thanks for everybody joining in out there. We're having so much fun tonight. Iowa, short track, custom, Giggity, all at one time. Good friends, good buddies. Can't ask for a better race, and I think that might have been at the stage.
I believe it was.
Golly, guys.
Yeah,
I can't stop. I gotta unplug for a minute.
You just ruined it by putting anchovies on it, man. You gotta get
I don't eat anchovies. I just thought it would sound funny.
No, that sounds disgusting. You gotta have
I gotta unplug. I'm still laughing too hard.
You either gotta have that Honolulu Hawaiian with the bacon, the ham, and the pineapple on it, or you gotta get that Memphis barbecue chicken, man. Making me hungry right now. I gotta shut up.
Y'all make me hungry too.
Too bad
This goes out to
I'm a
my
broke
Keystone
man.
Cowboy and one of my good buddies up here too. This one's for you. You know what this is? Let's rock and roll.
The
We're going to
greatest
rack them.
sound in the world.
We're besides the V8 at Iowa, man. Look at this. We got custom cup cars. We're going Giggity style. We're going to rack them and stack them. I know we say it all the time, boys. Buck pulls that one out. I mean, the Sphincter Ray pulls that one out. Buck right behind him. Noco was on a mission. Mills and K Taddy still have to pull some points off. K Taddy did well tonight.
K Taddy is on pit road now. I believe he called it whenever. No, he's still there. All right. He's sitting last, but.
There we go. Buck and Sphincter are going to take Noco and Roofer down to this green flag. Boom and Arch.
Yeah, I'm going to jump on Roofer right here for a minute. I ain't really said a whole lot about him in this race, but, you know, like I said, you know, he's got his pedals and everything set up the way he wants them now. He puts in a lot of time and effort in doing his custom setups, excuse me, or even if it's just sliders, getting the tape, the wedge, the tire pressures down. So, you know, there's not a lot of people that put the time and effort, you know, that Roofer does into it. Not to mention, as we all know, last year Roofer, you know, as his name, you know, says, he is a roofer. Not a roofie, but a roofer, Buck. But, he fell off a roof doing work last year, and he actually got one of his comp cases settled during the week. So congratulations. I know you're excited to get back to work. It's one step closer, so congratulations, man.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. A Buck Racing takes the lead back, but that's awesome for Roofer. We know he puts a lot of time and effort for team. He is so proud of everything he does. He puts so much time and effort into his custom setups. Like I said one time at Darlington, a lot of time. Oh,
I just seen RKM's comments. Sorry, Ryan.
guys,
I wasn't
Noco
paying
takes the lead. We
attention.
cannot take away. RKM is trying to steal the show as Noco
Gonna
takes the
take
race
my
lead.
horse to the hotel road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Noco to the lead. We know he has on a vengeance tonight right behind it. I'm on board with Buck. That was a nice, clean pass.
It was.
How can Buck stick with Noco, guys?
As we see Roofer still sitting in third, it looks like Mills has worked his way back up to fourth. No, it's not. That was the 20 of Flo was running in the top 5 momentarily until Spinker, Wicked, and the 24 RJ Smitty in the 20 make contact a little bit. No harm, no foul, though, I don't believe.
Buck right there on the rear end of Noco. They are starting to pull a little bit of a gap, but these guys start to work away around them. They don't want to see this, guys.
We see Smitty down on the apron going down the backstretch. I'm not sure if he might have gotten loose or a little bit of contact coming out of turn 2, but it sends him all the way back to last place. But I'm
Again,
pretty sure
cup cars
he's
don't
sitting.
run here. Alex, Ned brought that up, man. This is a high horsepower track, so you have to be able to learn how to drive this in a cup car.
You've
Tonight
got
they
to
are on
learn
customs.
your braking points. I mean, not everybody uses brakes. A lot of people just back the corners out a lot. Some people use the high line, so they don't have to use the brakes as much. Now, me, I'll do both. The first couple laps, you know, trying to gain positions, I'll use the brakes, you know, using that inside line, just a touch here and there, trying to gain positions when you got those fresh tires. But later in the run, you definitely want to try to work your way up a little bit higher so they don't wear as much, especially if you're fighting with somebody, because we know, you know, the more you battle, the harder you're racing, the more your tires are going to wear out. So later in the state, you know, as we get, you know, everything gets sorted out and people start, you know, as we see the 20 of Flo get loose and the 37 of Robbie Vids catches his bumper. So it's probably going to put a little bit of damage on that Kleenex car. Too bad he ain't got a Kleenex to fix it right now.
As we all know, too, Noco does, and he has publicly said this, once he does get out front, he likes to drive and make the guys behind him wear his car out.
Yes.
And then so he can pull away from that. Buck knows that. He's worked with Noco. I'm sure they've got something to say. Sphincter in that 48 car looking so strong. We've been able to say his name so much here in the last couple of weeks. But Buck, we got Noco, Buck, Sphincter running 1, 2, 3. Buck right there on the coaster end.
Running in fourth. We've got Roofer holding out the top 5. Looks like we got K Taddy and Mills battling for 6th and 7th right now. As we know, those two were on the bubble coming in tonight, with Taddy getting a stage win and the race win at Talladega. Mills knows that gave Taddy the edge coming into this last race. And Mills is going to have to do everything he can to get as many positions ahead of Taddy as he possibly can to even have a chance at moving forward in the next week, staying in the playoffs.
Boom, sticking right there with Noco Arch. I know that I've been over talking to you a little bit, man. Come on, you're one of the great drivers.
Speak up, brother. Speak up.
You're one of the great drivers in this league, and you are one of the best broadcasters, man. Come on, we need to hear a couple words from the Earth Angel. Earth Angel.
Hey, I'm just sitting here enjoying, man. You guys are doing some great broadcasting. I'm getting to sit here, flip through, watch the great racing, and I've just been chilling, man. I've been having microphone issues, so I haven't really been trying to interfere too much.
Yeah, we tried to work on that a little bit during the pre-race intermission. Spectre to the outside of Buck. Buck's holding that inside line. Spectre's going to make that outside line work. He likes that outside like I do. Get that good drive. They do not make contact almost, but no. Look at that right there. Spectre the second clears Buck, man, on that high side. Noco's starting to pull away from these guys, though.
And here comes Mills running on the inside of Roofer trying to take it top 5.
Just to let you know, you are being thought of there, Arch. RKM just said, "Oh, Archie, he's alive!"
I'm a little bit alive, man. How you doing, buddy, man? Sorry, guys, man. You guys know I love doing this broadcasting. Love being able to do as much as I can. It really kills me to just sit here and be quiet tonight.
Oh, I can't
well, we're not trying to take away from you, man.
I would literally have to unplug my controller and everything just to be able to be quiet. It's impossible.
I've been muting my mic and talking behind your guys' back.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you're honest about it.
We don't want you to do that, Arch. You do so much, and again, you're such a great driver, man, and everything you've done to help the Giggity broadcast, man, we do appreciate everything. So, as we see Taddy go to the
21
inside.
and the 2 make contact as they're 3 wide with Taddy. Oh, Mills catches the wall, gets sideways with the 21, and he gets spun. Is that going to breed a caution?
Noco's starting to pull away with the Spectre, trying to track them down. Great to see that 48 car, man. Like I said, we've said his name quite a bit.
It is
no caution.
Second. Underneath Wicked.
All right. Well,
that's actually for third and fourth because Noco's pulled away and Spectre's trying to trick him. Yep. So
Taddy makes his way up into the top 5.
You know, Taddy said he didn't have a fast car. He's got a car that on a long run he's not going to drop off as much on his lap time. So that's the thing that's going to help him in this race.
Makes long run setups. He don't want short run speed where you can run 4 or 5 laps and be, hauling the mail. He would rather his car come in 10, 15, laps later than everybody else. When everybody else's tires are starting to wear out from running so hard, that's when his setups tend to come in. I've noticed that, whenever, running custom Xfinity, sometimes him being my captain, when I'm having trouble, hey, what do you recommend with this and that? He'll give me a pointer here and there, tell me what to do, what to change, maybe try this and that. I'll do it, I'll start practicing, and I'll notice as it comes in, as the laps go on, the car starts getting better and better and better. Now, the lap times don't get better and better, but there's not as much fall off as everybody else is having. I think that's what we're starting to see now because it's been a minute since we've had a caution. So I'm pretty sure these guys, running 3 times wear in a cup car, we're probably about to be coming up on, would we have a green flag pit stop in the second stage or?
I haven't seen one.
As much as I can figure right now, I'm trying to do my best.
We didn't have one in stage 1, so I'm not sure if we'll have one in stage 2 because sometimes stage 2 tends to be shorter than stage 1. So I think the green flag stops might come into effect in stage 3 rather than the other 2.
As close as I can figure, guys, Noco's got at least a 4 or 5 second, again, judging by flipping on camera angles here.
Like I said, once that man gets to the front,
I just got a message from somebody. I'm not gonna reveal his name, but this guy just came out and said a lot of these guys are running his setup, so he's excited to see all this close action. And thanks for you. I'm not gonna reveal any names right now, but
message me and tell me who it is. I want to know.
But,
I won't say it. Boom. Pinky promise. Keystone Cowboy. I won't say nothing.
Of all things, you got to pull the pinky out.
Of course.
That should be a dead giveaway.
Pinky pudding, of course.
As we see Noco still looking strong up here. Sphincter trying to track him down. Great
like
to see
I said,
that 48
man,
car.
once that one car gets in the front, it is almost impossible to get back around him. I know this time and time again. I have raced with him. I raced with him many times last year when I was running Cup in season 3 on season 2 on Heat 3. That even whenever I made the trade last year, I traded Taddy away and got Noco for Ford. And whenever he was running that Wienermobile in that number 6 car, even with teammates, I would be running his setup. I would be up front or up front-ish running top 5. The moment he got around me, I couldn't run him down. I've noticed it on this game as well. The moment he gets in the lead, it's damn near, pardon my French, it's damn near impossible to get back around him. I mean, I don't know how he does it so well.
It's hard to get around a lot of these guys, Boom.
Oh, it is. It's hard to pass any one of these guys.
Oh, Noco taps the wall.
Ooh. I was listening to that RPM gauge. It don't sound like it hurt him too bad, but besides,
starting to fall off. Maybe going to a public lobby guy. Noco trying to do that little wall bounce.
Oh,
I don't see him doing that.
No, Noco ain't like that. But like I said, he's got plenty of lead right now. He's got, let's see, car starting 1, 2, 3. He's got about a 3.5 second lead over Spanker right now, so a little bit of a wall grind coming on corner exit ain't going to hurt him too bad. Might hurt that right front a little bit depending on how he's got that car set up. But the way Noco is, I'm pretty sure he probably, accounted for stuff like that, because it being short track racing, you're going to bump and you're going to grind. Don't matter if it's the wall or somebody else. So he's pretty good at judging and guessing of what's going to happen. As we see Smitty. Yeah, Smitty, I was watching that.
Guys, we've seen it all year long, too, where you might be able to go to 1.5 miles to 1.5 miles, or a road course to a short track, or whatever.
Super speedway to a short track.
These guys already had to concentrate so long and so hard. And this is another track that requires deep concentration. I know they are on custom setups, but these guys had to. I don't want to be in their brain after this, man. I'm sure a lot of these guys want to see that pillow.
As we seen last night, whenever we were running and broadcasting the Dirt Series last night, K-Taddy was our in-race reporter. You barely heard a peep out of him because he was so focused, concentrating on what he was doing in the race. So I'm pretty sure these guys right now, they're probably talking amongst each other, letting each other know what their cars are doing, what they might need to do for this and that and everything. But I'm going to limit say it's probably fairly quiet in the race chats right now.
And that goes something for me. The other night I was in a private lobby playing with some people. Well, we were at Canadian Motorsports Park, and that's all I like to talk. I like to talk. We're not going to talk about that. I like to talk. But they knew something was up because I was quiet. I ran out of fuel in the last corner. Okay, but still, everybody knew something was up because even I was quiet. These guys are concentrating. This is a technical track. There's numerous different lines. They have a custom setup car tonight. These guys are trying to go out and get as many points as they can.
Spanker got a little bit loose coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, I saw that. And I've been following Noco, and he made one little small mistake and hit the wall. But
as we see, go with the flow on pit road.
Everybody's custom setups. They know how they're going to work in the long run, Boom.
No, that's not go with the flow. That is Mills in that
Bonsai! Bonsai from RKM. You leave Mr. Miyagi out of this right now. We're cup racing. We're not working in a karate tournament.
Wax on, wax off. Wax on.
You leave my marriage. You leave my marriage life out of this, Boom.
I'm pretty sure you do a lot of waxing the floors when she's at work.
We are talking about NASCAR, guys. We are talking Giggity Cup. Again, it's so awesome to have friends like you guys up here in the booth and watch friends on the track. It's also awesome to participate with these guys. But yes, he said bonsai. That's funny. Boomhauer, Arch, Puddin in the booth. We had Alex Nett at Talladega. He had to bounce out. He wasn't feeling good. Had to get some food in his belly. We hope he feels better, just like RKM and our buddy Dirt Dog. We hope you guys feel good. Green flag pit stops are being made right now, but it was awesome to have Alex up here earlier.
All right, I do have to say this one thing. I'm not going to go into detail, but RKM, you're probably going to have to private message me and explain that because I'm a little bit confused right now. But I do appreciate your rock solid in the booth. That means a lot. You know, we do come up here and do our best to try to commentate these races for everybody. And I apologize if we spend too much time, you know, on the lead or on one driver in particular. But as much racing that
Wax
we
on.
okay, I got you. But you know, as I was saying, as we see our go with the flow and Robbie Vids, and it looks like MP Roofer also on pit road as well. Ooh, that looks
RKM,
nice
I
on pit road.
don't know if someone could ever allow you to be able to chat in a party like this or in there ever again. You're making us so much it's so difficult to do, buddy. I just don't know. Yeah.
Like I said, commenting these races, commentating all this stuff, it's not easy. I mean, there is so much stuff going on. We try to cover everybody, and I personally want to apologize if I'm not giving a certain driver, enough spotlight. It's nothing intentional or anything. We just try to find the action as we see Wicked Gatekeeper on pit road. So
I'm following on board with Mills, one of our. I'm going to fall on board with Mills right now. He's running by himself. Again, he's in a bump situation in the points. I'm just trying. I love that paint scheme, man.
I think that's why he might have short pitted right there. Maybe he's trying to force everybody else's hand, especially on short tracks and intermediate tracks. Whenever you see somebody pitting, you really don't want to wait too long after they pit to make your own stops, because that time in between y'all's pit stops, them on fresh tires, you on older tires, you can lose a good bit of time, precious seconds during that span, depending on how many laps you decide to stay out later than whenever they pit. And you want to try to pit before the leaders. You want to try to force their hand.
He threw nunchucks up. I'm sorry, Boom. But
nunchucks?
He threw nunchucks up.
Oh, okay, I got you.
He threw nunchucks up. I'm sorry, Boom. Go ahead. RKM, you're killing me, buddy.
I know, man. Dadgum Canadians, man. They make you lose track of things.
I didn't even know that they knew who Mr. Miyagi was.
Oh, yeah, we know who Mr. Miyagi... Well, some of these younger guys might not, but, we do. We know. It's Jackie Chan, of course. Or is it Bruce Lee? I forgot. I can't remember.
It's Chris Tucker, if you get it right.
Me and Teddy have been going side by side for like 5 laps now.
I'm watching this now. I'm riding with Go With The Flow. I got a front seat point of view of this battle right here. This is some good footage.
I've been watching it now for a couple laps. I've been going at it pretty good.
Well, see, Smitty and Teddy are, as everybody knows, they're real good friends, just like, everybody is here. And they compare setups sometimes. We'll jump in private lobbies, in private chats, and hey, let's test your setup compared to mine. Okay, well, what are you doing about this? How can you adjust for that? Stuff like that. So these setups, I guarantee you, of all 10 drivers that's in here tonight, there's probably not a whole lot of difference between all of them. I guarantee you the base format, as close as everybody is in this league, is pretty daggum similar, if I had to bet.
He said they were chopsticks, real quick. But
oh, chopsticks. Fly life.
It's nice that some teams do that and share that information with each other. So
oh, yeah.
Probably really help.
Well, like I said, you guys have heard me say this on air the other night, a couple weeks ago at the Canadian Motorsports Park truck race. I was by myself. I didn't have anybody to talk to. Knowing that I'm driving for Shin Motorsports next year, the underdog team took me in and said, "Hey, come join our chat." And that was super cool of them to do that. No one's going to let anybody hang out. People help each other out, And that was so cool. And I can't thank K-Taddy, Maddie, everybody else out there that just let me just have somebody to talk to, And that was awesome.
And it goes a long way because, for instance, I know I keep going back to it, Thursday night, in the Xfinity custom setups at Daytona, I was in the chat party with Dark Knight and Tommy Armour as we see K-Taddy catch the wall.
See Fainter and Robbie Vids back here battling it out.
Yes, they are. I'm on Robbie right now. But as as I was talking about being in the chat party, I was in the chat party with all of them. I was the only underdog racing that night. So being in the chat party with them, that last lap pass that I made for the stage win at the first stage, if I wouldn't have been in the chat party with them and not knowing what they were doing, there was no way I'd have known that they were going to try to make that run on the high side. I wouldn't have been able to jump up in front of them and lead them to the green white, checkered and get that stage win. So like I said, sometimes even though if you're not on that team, being in somebody else's chat party, hearing what they're doing, knowing that you can cooperate with them and actually work together, even though you're not teammates, especially at a super speedway. It don't matter what team you're on. You've got to have teammates. You've got to pick an alliance. You've got to lay that line down. Now here in short track racing as we got right now, it's not as big, but some tracks where draft is heavy, it does make a difference. It don't matter what team you're on. As long as you're communicating with somebody and you can talk to somebody, you could be bitter rivals and still talk to each other.
For me, it was just nice
and
to
get a
have
game
somebody
plan.
to talk to when I needed to, not to be silent. I didn't want to take their strategy or anything, but it was just nice to have somebody to talk to every now and then when you needed it.
Mills just went a lap down.
Yep, and I'm on board with the 48 of Spectre 24, man. This guy, we've said his name quite a few times the last couple weeks, like I said. He is on a mission. He's going to take that 48 car. He's going to try to get as many points as he can just to take it away from others. But he wants to prove to everybody, hey, I'm still Cup caliber, and he's doing it tonight,
we
guys.
know Spanker's Cup caliber, man. Come on
I'm
now.
still stuck back here on Taddy and Smitty. These guys won't
They
leave each
still
other
battling?
alone. Yeah.
I jumped up here to Noco right quick. Looks like he was about to put Roofer a lap down. As we see Taddy in front of Smitty right now. Smitty's using the high line, and Taddy's using that inside line.
I just jumped on board with the Colt Trickle car of 24 of RJ Smitty, 12 and 11 of K Taddy, seeing they do run two different lines, but they are both competitively fast. That's what I would make so fun. You can run different lines. K Taddy gets a little high, might have touched the wall.
What I'm looking at, from what I've seen, it looks like Smitty's using the high line going in, Taddy's using the low line going in, but they're both coming off somewhere in the middle. So I think that's why they've been battling side by side, as you was talking about, Angel, for so long. The middle line coming off, they're using the same tactic, so it's keeping them right there together. Now I'm pretty sure if one person was to use one line and one person use another, the entire lap around, consecutive laps, we might see a little bit of space depending on who it is, how they've got their car set up. But the fact they're trying to both come off in the middle like that, I think that's what's keeping them close together as we see Smitty drop down and start using that inside line.
Now, when I was here in a truck, even in an Xfinity car, I've never done it here in a Cup car. That will be a challenge as we see Taddy going a little bit high or Xfinity inside.
Yeah, it looks like they've swapped.
I like to run that high line the entire way around. I will give you my little secret. Maybe that's why you guys are faster. Running that yellow line seems to be a lot quicker, but in long times, I find that high line works better for me. Everybody has a different setup, even on slider or customs, which we are on customs tonight, Boom and Arch, but I like the high side anywhere I can. I tried to run Chicago high earlier. RJ Smitty taps the wall. Yep. And I tried to run it like Kansas. You cannot do that. But I was trying, I was experimenting, but anywhere I can, I'm a high, wide, and handsome. K Taddy, this was for you, buddy. HWH, high, wide, and handsome. That's where I'm like to be. But each track is different, especially when you have this many fast competitors in one race right behind you. If you can get that low line to protect it, it seems to be the best line.
Well, see, this track...
I never really thought about running that outside line here until I watched Elvin Priest and Bad Moon in that developmental race and watching them work their way through the field.
HWH, that's right, Ryan Morgan. High, wide,
that was a great race there.
Oh yeah, I mean, running that high line, it's definitely, you definitely get the runs coming off. It definitely saves your tires and stuff like that. And the main thing that you got to be careful with running that inside line, as we've seen Smitty do a couple times, going from that transition from low to high on corner exit, trying to get right up against the wall on that run coming off, especially coming out of turn 4, where it's still kind of a constant turn, almost like Richmond is. It tends to break on you sometimes. So that's where that throttle sensitivity, having your tire pressure set up and everything, it comes into play. If you don't have it set up just right, as the run goes on, that car is going to get looser and looser and looser. And with it, like I said, being a constant corner, listen to me. I sound like Trey. Like I said, shout out to Trey. But that break coming out of turn 4 is just going to get worse and worse and worse if you don't have that thing dialed in just right.
And RJ Smitty chasing Kate Taddy right now. Kate Taddy again on that bump buttle. Bump buttle.
Bump buttle?
Bubble. Excuse me. Good gravy. RJ is solidly second in points. Kate Taddy with stage points and the win last race at Talladega. But RJ wants to try to take those away from him. Kate Taddy says, no, I need these points. These guys definitely both have something on the board to prove to each other, Boom.
Yes, they do. And like I said, as we've seen Mills already go a lap down, it's not exactly the night he was looking for. Especially, the success that Teddy had at Talladega. You hate to see anybody really get knocked out. Honestly, you want to give everybody a trophy. I mean, seriously, because all these guys...
No, not everybody gets a participation trophy.
No, I'm not talking about a participation trophy, Puddin', if you would let me finish. The work and the strive that these guys make, week in and week out, especially on Wednesdays. The Elite Cup Series, doing your own setups, the time and the effort and everything that these guys put into it. You hate to see anybody lose, knowing the hard work that they did trying to get their car set up. But somebody's going to. I mean, there's going to be a winner, and with every winner, there's going to be a loser. I mean, that's just the way life is. That's just the way racing, gaming, sports, any kind of activity is. So, I mean, like I said, if all these guys could,
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my comments silent just because we're on air.
I'm just saying, go ahead, Boom.
We'll deal with that later. As soon
as that popped up, I read it.
Yeah, and I'll look the same. We'll deal with that later.
Oh my God! Okay, RKM, you're not allowed to comment anymore. We appreciate your participation, but you're not allowed to participate anymore.
No
Holy
kidding.
cow!
But like I said, you hate to see anybody lose, knowing everything that they've put into these cars. I mean, because they all deserve something coming out of it, and it's just, man, Noco's on a mission. He's determined. He is definitely looking for redemption after Talladega.
Hey, Hunty would like to give you a big shout out. He just joined in real quick. Want to know how's it going? How's it going? We are short track racing custom cup style tonight.
Honey,
Hunty,
man.
Thanks for joining in, buddy.
And I'm not saying honey, I'm saying Hunty. It just, the T is silent
Put your
sometimes.
teeth in.
Hey, I've got all my teeth, thank you very much, as we see stage 2 come to an end.
Yes, that is it. Green and white comes out.
You missed one heck of a race at Talladega, Hunty.
Yes, you did, buddy. You should go back and watch that. Alex Ned in the broadcast, and that finish was something to be watched, just like the Roval last week. But guess what? These guys just came to the stage. These guys got to make adjustments. Maybe they like their car. So these guys worked really hard on these custom setups. Boomhauer, Arch, we are going to have another barn burner every week that I think we have the greatest race ever. The next week trumps it. And man, oh man, I just can't wait to see how this is going to end, because it's short track racing, y'all.
Absolutely. And did you do me a favor and check your phone there right quick there, Puddin'?
Yeah, I just got it. Oh,
right.
God. I'm scared. I'm
No,
scared to check
it's
it.
nothing bad. It's nothing bad.
That was the end of the race, you guys. No,
that was the race?
Oh, that was the end of the race?
I thought that was stage 2 still. Good.
Yeah.
See, wow. So Noco did get redemption with the fastest lap at that. And he already backed out. Okay.
All right. Well,
to the front.
I guess you're going to have that opportunity here in just a minute there. I just read your text message, Boomhauer.
All right.
Maybe us up here in the broadcast booth need to not pay as much attention to RKM and Ryan Morgan and more attention to the race.
I know, right? Sitting here paying attention to him. I thought that was stage 2 still. Good Lord.
All right, guys. Great racing.
So we are
Archangel,
going
thank you for everything you do tonight with your broadcasting, buddy.
We are going to get K Teddy and Noco up here in the booth, I'm assuming, seeing how those two were our race winners for this evening. So, Puddin', if you want to send them fellas an invite right quick.
I'm working on it. If everybody can appear online, that will make life a little bit easier, but we will get up to everybody up here. We do want to hear everybody's voice.
And I'm going to mute my mic for about 30 seconds to a minute, and I will be right back.
Once again, guys, we're going to get all the top three guys from both races into our broadcast booth. RKM, thanks for joining, man. I, you've had me in stitches all night, man. He's still going in. Had fifth and spin with 5 to go. Dirty South, that'd be our man Roofer out there. Roofer, you did a great job. We do appreciate everybody coming out. You were a fan favorite. We're getting some invites out there. Let's see who can get up here and how many more laps. And let's also get the insight from these drivers. What's up, guys? Y'all take that Talladega finish. Chuckmate Taylor joining it. Yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you out there, Checkmate Taylor, man. Always a great competitor. One hell of a finish we had at Talladega. Great to have you aboard. Thanks for chiming in. And I don't get to race with you very often, but if you want to meet one person, you're more than welcome to invite me anytime so at least I can learn from you. We are working on everything, guys. We do appreciate it. Boomhauer had to use the adult facilities. Our
I
James are
am
still
back.
here. There we go. We are working on getting everybody up here.
See, I would definitely say K-Taddy, Nucko, and probably Wicked. Wicked was running up front all night long in both tracks, along with Buck. I mean, it's just.
I was gonna say Buck and Wicked we need.
Oh yeah. Also, Mills as well. I'd say probably try to get in here, seeing how he was one of the bubble drivers. Get his perspective on things tonight.
Yep. We do play. We do. Thank you guys for bearing with us. It does take us a couple minutes. We are working on this. We don't have the blue screen the way we're doing, trying to do everything.
Gotta give Chuck Taylor a shout out. He said, "What's up, guys? Y'all like that Talladega finish? Nothing against Chevy and NoCo, but I didn't want to leave. I wasn't going to leave Taddy. Said I love racing with everyone, and NoCo has dominated, so I wanted to push an underdog."
Well, you got the underdogs win.
Yes, he
Good
did.
job.
Man, we had a great booth in both races and fantastic racing in both races. We now have no go up here.
All
Give
right.
us 1 second, good sir. Let us try to get everybody else up there. We've all heard your voice. We got to hear somebody else's one time.
Well, you go ahead and get everybody else in here. I'll talk to
Way
him.
to stick it out, man, and be
I'm just
dominant on the
kidding.
second race, buddy.
Hey, well, appreciate it, guys.
Oh yeah, we
Both
know
races
you were
were good.
looking for redemption after Talladega, man.
Well, I mean, it's not really redemption. I mean, it's just trying to fight for the win, and I can understand where he's coming from. So, it is what it is. But it was a
Robbie
good
just
race.
sent me
Both
a
of them were good.
message, Noco, and he said, "Good job to all drivers tonight. I was trying to stay out of the way. I had fun. Thank you." So that's coming from Robbie Vids.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad he had fun.
All right, man. We got what, 2 more weeks left in the season, or one? I'm a little bit. This is actually the first Cup race I've broadcasted in a while.
I think next week's the last week.
All right. So, what's your mindset going into it, man? I mean,
It just
are you looking to go back to back, man? You gonna pull out the back to back trophy? It's been a while since we've had back to back champions now.
I mean, it'd be really nice. That'd be awesome. But you really can't claim victory until you've crossed the finish line on the final lap. So you never know what can happen in any race. I mean, you're one mistake away from going from winning a race to finishing last. So just got to keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully you come out on top at the end.
All right. Is that final race at Homestead still, or has it been changed up?
No, it's Homestead.
All right. Well, we know last year what you did at Homestead on Wednesday night.
Yeah, that was an incredible race, man. That
It was, man.
Heat 3 was a different animal than Heat 4, but I mean, we're gonna try to lock it up. I mean, it's gonna be tough, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try our best.
For our new viewers, everybody that's joined this season and didn't catch any of season 2 on Heat 3, Mr. Big Bad NoCo Racing here got that W for the Ford gang, and that's number 6 Wienermobile. Uh, I gotta say, me and him actually took that race 1 and 2, and as his captain, it was an amazing finish to watch him take it. Have a front row view to see that happen. So we'll see if you can do it again, man. But like I said, Iowa, you look like you were on a little bit more of a mission. Looked like you were driving a little bit harder, like that's why the whole redemption thing came up. You wanted to make sure you got that win tonight.
Uh, I mean, Iowa's just a tough track, and it's one of those. I look at it as more of a finesse track for sure. You definitely have to make sure you hit your line every single lap, and I mean, sometimes that can be really hard to do, but you really start using your equipment up, and then you got to be mindful of saving your tires. And I think we're blue screen right now.
No, I had to make a change right quick.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
But how did your car handle different when up front, whenever in the first stage when you were leading, compared to in that second stage and at the start of the third stage? It looked like you were back in the pack a little bit. You had to work your way around the traffic. Did it handle any different, or did you already have that set up going into the night where it would run the same?
Well, like I was saying, it's one of those things where whenever you're in dirty air, it doesn't matter if it's a short track or mile and a half. The car does act a little different. It's a little edgier when you try to get behind somebody and try to make a pass. So try not to use your stuff up too much. Getting up there is the key. Just saving your equipment. And at the end of stage 2, I let Buck go by me so he can get an extra point. But you just want to be mindful of your tires. It's really all it is. It looks like they're not wearing that much, but I mean, you get past 40% tires, and
it's hard to control.
Yeah, it starts becoming a little bit of a handful. So I mean, experienced a little bit of that tonight in stage 3. But kind of snugged it up a little bit more, and we just kind of set sail there. I figured Buck might have caught me, but he never actually came to fruition. He pitted 2 laps after me, to try to flip-flop the track position. But it didn't happen that way. But, heck of a run. And it was a good, both races were really good.
Real
Team
quick,
Noco
Tim
was
Hort's
top
out there.
3 basically both races the whole time. I mean, you guys dominated as a team both races. Honestly, I keep looking back and I keep seeing that 1, 2, 3 was mostly Noco cars the whole time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, we're just trying to work together and just put ourselves in position at the end of the race. Whoever can come out and get the W. It's just trying to get everybody in position there. And it's really tough when you're trying to navigate, and trying to help other guys get up behind your draft, and you're trying to make room for your drivers to follow you and whatnot. And it can be a little difficult, but you just got to be really patient and got to be aware of your surroundings when you're trying to help guys out on the track, because I mean, you can make a mistake and you can take each other out. So
Yeah, we seen that at Talladega. It looked like under a green flag stop, you got a little bit loose and spun coming off of pit road as you were getting up to speed coming out of turn 2, man. How much did that set you back in that stage?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question one more time? I'm sorry.
Uh, Whenever you made your green flag pit stop, if I'm not mistaken, it was stage 2. As you were getting back on the track coming out of turn 2, you spun.
Oh, at Talladega.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, what happened there?
How hard did that set you back? I mean,
it actually smashed in the whole right rear quarter panel, and I think Mills and Go With The Flow caught me to draft with me, but my car wasn't. It was so heavily damaged that I couldn't hold a perfectly straight line out front, out front of a 3-car tango. So they went by me, and I was just trying to hold on for dear life. It was so loose. It was so loose off the corner. It was loose in the tri-oval, and the damage was just focused right on that right rear quarter panel, because when it went around, it just smacked that right rear quarter panel and lost all the side force on that side of the car, and it was a handful. It was bad. I was telling the guys, I said the whole rear of the car is like bright red right now. So
Yeah, it's
Hopefully it's
like one
not
of
too
the
much
first
damage.
mistakes I've ever seen you make.
You know, that was just, I wasn't paying attention. I started to kind of get a little bit lax. And right when I kind of let my guard down,
Yep.
it went right around on me. And that's really tough when you're exiting the pits, especially at Dega. If you don't watch what you're doing when you're coming off that transition from the bottom of the track to the banking at the end of the corner right there, coming to the backstretch, it can really pull the car around. And if you guys got it on
Guys,
stream, then that's a good example of
Oh,
what
I
not to
did.
do.
I got it live,
you
man. I
guys,
seen it.
you guys did a great job, and I'm sorry I got to sneak out of here real quick,
All
but
right, go ahead,
congratulations
man.
on your guys' race, and I will talk to you guys here after just a little while.
Okay. Thank you, Arch.
All right,
And I appreciate you guys, man. Good racing.
Buck,
Appreciate it, man.
What's going on, guys?
you had one heck of a showing, man. You were running top 3, top 4 all night long.
Yeah,
Both races.
I was, but I had a really bad setup for Talladega, so
I was about to say
I
we
couldn't
seen
even.
that you had to pit at the end. You know, at the end of the race in Talladega, man. I mean,
My tire wear, I don't know what it was, but it was so bad I couldn't even go a full run without tire popping, so I had to keep
ooh.
going in and going in, and at the end it just screwed me and just got confirmation that I am out of the playoffs, so
Oh,
yeah. By one
I
point
just saw
again.
that, Buck.
one
I
point,
just saw that.
man.
Yeah, by Mills and Buck eliminated by 1 point between Taddy.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I just read that as he said that. So, Buck, I know how hard you worked. Your road course at the Roval was awesome. 1 point. That is, we prove it all year. If you miss a race, if you have an accident, if something that occurs, 1 point brings it down, man. And that's unfortunate to hear for you since you've been trying so hard all year and the last couple weeks, Buck.
The one good thing is that I'm still in the playoffs for the default series, so I always have that to look forward to. But I guess one thing I can kind of take out of it is this is I think technically my rookie season, so I guess not a bad effort for it. Still wish I would have got further, but there's always next season.
You got
Well, you
almost to the
definitely
final
improved your
four.
talent. Go ahead, Noko.
I mean, you definitely got to, right before the final four. So, I mean, you did good, man. It's tough.
If I'm
It's
not
tough to try to get the
mistaken,
balance right on the cars.
yeah, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, that's the same way it was with me last year. Whenever I traded Taddy for Noco last season in the Ford gang, I missed the final 4 or the final 3 by just a few points.
I remember.
Because I believe it was Auto Club and Homestead was the last 2 races of the season, and I had a bad showing at Auto Club, and I ended up missing, the playoffs, the championship run for Homestead. But so, I understand how it goes. It sucks. You want to, punch your steering wheel, throw your controller sometimes. But the fact, as much talent that is in the group, especially being, like I said, the custom setups, the Elite Series, knowing that you got that far in this group, I mean, it speaks, for itself.
Like, I feel like I could have got further, especially if I had a better setup for Talladega, but
Might
you
need
know,
to
just
check them
sometimes
cambers. If your tires are popping, check them cambers.
yeah, that's probably what it was. I honestly just went in thinking, no, I'm gonna be fine. It's
It's
just a luck
Talladega,
race.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I end up screwing myself because my setup wasn't as good as I thought it was. I
We just
didn't
got
really take
a
that into
message real
account.
quick for you, Buck. Chuckmate Taylor on the stream said you did great, Buck, and congrats to Taddy and Noko. But so your comrades out there are congratulating you, and whether it be online racing, real life racing, whatever it is, buddy, don't hold your head down. You made it super far in an elite group in a very difficult series. You, as you said it yourself, you're a rookie, your rookie season. Don't hold that against you, man. You proved that you can be here. You got some W. So congratulations on the season you have, and you got the slider to come up. So don't hold your head down, but you got people out there supporting you still, too.
I really do appreciate everyone that's watching. amazing the support that not just me but everyone else gets. It's really awesome. But I think one of the hardest parts about this season was getting switched from one team to another. Definitely was not the easiest thing, and I feel like it might have contributed in this, but at the same time, you never really know.
Hey, Nucko did the same thing. He went from driving that 48 Chevrolet last year to driving that number 6 Ford last year, so he understands how that is.
Yeah, man, I know what it's like switching teams halfway through. It sucks, but you did a good job, man. I mean, just 1 point, well, 2 points on track, nothing to hold your head about. Maybe if you would have gotten a stage win or something, but you know, you got next
No,
season, and next season will be fun too.
if anyone wants, we can go back and redo the Talladega race. I'll just make myself better.
I'm pretty sure you'd love to do that. Change them cambers up, make a little
Oh yeah,
change before.
that would
But
be amazing.
I also got confirmation that our race 1 winner at Talladega, Mr. K Taddy, is eating dinner with his wife, so he is already offline and will not be able to join us for our post race broadcast. But once again, quick rundown, right quick, going into the last week of the Custom Cup Elite Series. We've got Noko sitting in front, of course. We had Wicked Gatekeeper sitting second, K Taddy sitting third, and RJ Smitty with that 4th spot. Now, is it just Homestead next week, or is it 2 more races next week?
It's 2. I believe it's Kansas and then Homestead.
Kansas and Homestead, so one person getting eliminated after Kansas, and then the final 3 battle it out at Homestead, correct?
That is correct.
All right, so right now, Noko, you are sitting almost. Wow, let's
Flying
see
pickle,
here.
flying pickle, flying pickle.
Be quiet for a second, bud. You're confusing me. You are sitting 52 points ahead of second place. So basically,
I didn't even realize that.
Yes, you've got 2,146 points, with Wicked sitting in second with 2,094. So you are 56 points ahead, 52 points ahead. So basically, all you have to do next week is start in park for Kansas.
Right.
But as we all know, after Kansas, whenever that whoever it is, because Wicked, Taddy, and RJ are literally within 6 points of each other. Whoever that is gets eliminated for that final
tight.
race at Homestead. All the points reset, and it's the best finish.
It's going to be tight. I mean, it's come down to the last couple of races, and like I said, it's been a tough season, man. It's tough to try to put a lot of work into a car each week to try to make it competitive. And you're not just working on one track; you're working on 2 different tracks. So,
well, as the points leader going into it, do you kind of relax for Kansas, knowing that
no,
you don't? I mean, you're still trying to go in there and do everything you can.
I gotta do what I've been doing all season long. I can't relax. I'm not gonna take a week off. Look what happened to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Thank God.
Yep, go Tennessee. But
right.
And not to mention, you missed earlier in the season too, Noko.
No, that's for Sunday. Sunday I missed the first 4 weeks of the season.
Ooh.
Wednesday has been the series that I've been here since the start. So
dominating.
We've seen a lot of we've had our moments though. There have been there have been tracks where we have struggled at, and we've had to revisit as of late to get things ready for next season. But going to the garage, I think for the most part we're pretty much prepared for next season. There's a few anomalies that we need to still work out the kinks out of, but I'm really proud of the whole team. I'm proud of the whole Giggity Racing League in general. Everybody really puts forth really good effort out there, and for the most part, we've had some really good races. I mean, we've had a few bad ones this season, but I think every season's going to have its good races and bad races. That's that's not going to change anything. Every league's going to have those ups and downs, but for the most part, I think it's been a very productive season. I feel like it's been a very challenging season, especially since we had just started on Heat 4 and trying to get a handle of the cars. For the first 4 or 5 weeks, it was tough to try to figure out what to do to these cars versus the Heat 3 cars, but I think we're starting to get a grasp on it now. And we're just going to try to carry this momentum forward to this last week. But, I'm just so thankful for my entire team. And, they've stuck it out there with me, and just great teamwork, and they've been good motivators. We're just going to try to win it. There's nothing else left. We're not going to take a break. We're not going to ease up. We're just going to try to do what we can to put ourselves in position to win it.
All right, man. Well, even though I drive for underdog in K Taddy, you did give me my second championship as a team owner last year. So there's going to be a part of me that's still rooting you on, brother.
Well, man, I do appreciate that. Definitely was one of the greatest moments I've had in this league.
Believe me, I remember you crying. Don't worry.
It was with you, man, at the end of that race, and it was tough. Heat 3 was tough. Homestead was tough on Heat 3. It was hard to get the right setup together on that track because the track was just different. This Heat 3 Homestead on Heat 4 is a much different track. You can run multiple lanes, but I feel like with Heat 3 there was only 2 lanes. So
middle and high. That's all it was.
Yeah. We're just gonna go out there and we're gonna have fun. I mean, this is supposed to be about having fun. Competition is one thing, but having fun is another. So we definitely want to keep the fun going. That's for sure.
Absolutely, man. Well, we'll let you get to it, man. Both of y'all put on a heck of a show tonight. Leading laps, winning stages, Noco getting the win. Unfortunately, Buck, not just barely missing it by that 1 point, man. I know you're still going to come back, next week running Kansas and Homestead and, maybe pull an upset, try to take one of them wins away from one of the playoff drivers. But we definitely look forward to seeing y'all out on the track next week and crowning a champion.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm ready for this to get all wrapped up, and that way we can focus on all the new guys that are going to be joining teams and getting contracts all situated for new drivers. So I'm trying not to have that in the back of my mind as much as I'm allowing it to right now. So it's hard for me not to, because I like to keep things organized and I like to stay ahead of the ball game when it comes to stuff like that. But I got to try to tune it out for these last couple races for sure.
All righty, man. Well, good luck next week. Like I said, there'll be a part of me rooting you on, and I just might have to do the broadcast if I can contain my emotions for that race, because these 2 races tonight were definitely something to watch. I'm pretty sure if you go back and watch the broadcast for Talladega, there was a lot of screaming, and we were going nuts up here in the booth for both of these races as y'all were running 2, 3, 4 wide side by side all the time. So I'm hoping we'll see the same thing next week. We only think we had, maybe 2 cautions that were not stages through the entire night, which shows, the level of racing that y'all are on, the way that you can handle your cars, and it's just, it speaks in volumes for itself. So I mean, hopefully, y'all put on one hell of a show for next week as we, wrap up the Elite Series. But once again, congratulations to both of y'all, and can't wait to do it again.
Definitely. One more thing I wanted to just add. I'm really glad that Eto has gotten his stuff taken care of now.
There you go.
He definitely he came to me and talked to me about a week and a half ago, and he gave me an awesome pep talk and talked to me, on a one-on-one level as a friend, and I just really appreciate him for that. And I'm glad Trout's recovering as well.
Yes.
We miss him on the track. I miss him dearly. He's definitely become one of my good friends. And I'm just so thankful for the entire Heat community that they banded together for 2 extremely good causes to help those 2 gentlemen out, because they needed it. And I'm just, thank God, and just thank all you guys that donated to that. I'm just so grateful for all you guys, for all your support, and just we can't wait to get the next season started with all you guys.
Absolutely, Puddin'. Art, y'all got anything to add to it?
Man, it's amazing to see the love and support that comes out of this community. It's great racing, great friends, and I'm really proud to be a part of it, man. You guys put on a heck of a show tonight. Appreciate you guys.
There, man. Thanks, Arch. I really appreciate you guys. Do definitely shout out for you guys to stick it out in the booth and the broadcasting all season long, across all series. We really do appreciate all that support and all the viewers and all the fans out there. I might not have a lot of fans, but any fans that I might have, I
Oh,
appreciate you
you got
guys.
more than you realize. You'd be surprised
Well,
if you could see all the live chats, no co all the time, man.
well, I'm just so proud of the whole league. It's definitely grown a lot. And
I mean, it's mainly Wicked, but
Wicked, yeah, yeah.
Money
It's like
Mike too.
Batman.
Money Mike
yeah,
out there
Money
throwing the
Mike,
support.
It's like
Robbie.
Batman and Robin.
All
But
right, brother. Well,
just definitely proud of the whole league. And there's always growing pains when you have a league this size. But I think we're handling it well, and I think season 4 is going to show an even better product than season 2 and 3 have had. So I'm definitely really looking forward to that. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
all righty, man. Well,
All
we'll
right,
let
buddy.
you
I
get
better
to it.
see you
We'll
before
let you
then.
enjoy your victory from tonight and get them cars set up for next week. And like I said, we'll crown a champion.
Definitely. But good run tonight, man. I'm sorry you got eliminated, but heck of a drive.
That's fine, man. You about made me cry. You can't do this to me.
I'm
Just
sorry.
talking about what we did these past weeks. Man,
Yes, it
don't do
does.
this.
Oh,
I
you
can't have
think
this
that's
come.
bad? The other night, whenever I found out that Ed got the money that
Y'all
our
have a
charity
good night,
pulled
though. Thank you
through,
so much.
thank you. But yeah, the other night, whenever Ed, let us know, we did that short little broadcast to let everybody know that their contributions paid off. Me and Puddin both were up here about ready to cry.
Dang,
So yeah,
it's just crazy what a
it
community
does.
can do.
Yeah, so don't anybody that's watching this, if you've got family and friends, offline that don't play PlayStation, if they try to tell you, hey, that's not real friends because you've never met them or whatever, ignore it. We're just as much friends and family as anybody else is.
Hey guys, sorry, real quick. I have my front door open because it's
Ooh.
pretty nice out, and a neighbor's dog who just runs free decided to make himself at home at the Puddins and upset our dogs.
Ooh.
So I
Oh no.
unplugged real quick. I had to have my wife come help me retrieve our dogs. They weren't getting into a fight, but this dog just said, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" So he pushed the door open, so I apologize. Very beautiful dog. He's not homeless. He's got a collar. He's got tags. He's very well fed. He's just super friendly, apparently. So
All right,
just to
well.
let everybody know. But so I apologize for that absence real quick.
Oh,
But
you're
our
good,
dogs are going
brother.
a little apey because they were like, "Hey, somebody came to see us."
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and cut this broadcast, man. It's been a long night. We've had some great racing. As I said, I'll go down to, run through the points again right quick. Number 1, we got NOCO sitting up top with 2,146 with 52 playoff points. We've got Wicked Gatekeeper in that 42 machine sitting in second right now with 2,094 points with 5 of them, playoff points. We've got K Taddy making the jump up to third place, getting around RJ Smitty with just a 4-point difference. Now, with that being said, Noco's got the 52 playoff points, but RJ Smitty has got the second most amount of playoff points with 12, while Wicked and Taddy are tied with 5. So this next race, next week, the first race at Kansas, is definitely going to be huge. So y'all, if y'all are free, please join us then. It's going to be one heck of a night. Because not to mention, it's not just those 4 drivers racing. We've still got everybody else that's racing all season long that's going to jump in. They're still out there proving. Listen, might not be in the playoffs still, but I still have wins in me. I still have something to prove. Maybe they can pull an upset. We know how fast they are. We know how talented they are. So please, next week, y'all, next Wednesday night, as we get ready to crown our champion, we've got a round of 4 at Kansas and then the final round at 3 as the playoff points reset at Homestead Miami Speedway. But we are going to go ahead and cut this short. It's already almost 11 o'clock, and unfortunately I have to be at work up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I just want to say thank y'all for joining in tonight. We had a lot of viewers, a lot of comments. We appreciate it. Once again, y'all are the reason we do this. Puddin, Arch, Buck, Noco, Taddy, Mills, Roofer, Trey, RKM, everybody. It's, Robbie.
Alex
been
Ned for
awesome.
joining us tonight.
Alex, yes, he played a big
That was
part in our
awesome.
Talladega broadcast. We thank all y'all for doing this, and tune in tomorrow night as if we have got our custom Xfinity series coming live from Canadian Tire Motorsports Park and Atlanta Motor Speedway.
And just to let you all know, somebody to keep an eye out tomorrow is our one, our only, our Boom Howard.
No, don't you start all that now.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not going to toot my own horn, but you and I have been working
Yes,
quite a bit.
you've helped me a lot there, and I
So, but
appreciate it.
Boomhauer will be one to watch
Trying
tomorrow,
to fly
y'all.
under the radar, Puddin'. You're not helping.
Oh, don't worry, because when you ran that 152.2 the other day, you
Yeah,
still
that
got room for
152.
improvement.
Yeah, shut up. Don't judge.
But yes,
All right.
keep an eye out for our one and only Boomhauer Arch, and I hopefully will be here for the booth tomorrow for that. I won't. I can't wait to see that happen. I wish that I could have a hot seat for that race. Trust me, I wish I could have a hot seat for
No,
that
you don't,
race.
because I gotta have you broadcasting tomorrow night. You gotta be rooting me on up there.
Well, you know I can do both while I'm
okay.
beating you.
All right. Who beat who
No,
earlier?
dude.
Who beat
Congratulations
who
to
last
you
night?
this week. Hey, guess what? I had a random take me out. Random took me out.
Okay.
That's my
Yeah, sure.
excuse.
Yeah, of course.
Arch,
Excuses,
boom,
excuses.
Puddin', signing off. Custom Cup night, 2 great races, points coming down to the line. One guy on the bump makes it by a point. Unfortunate circumstance for somebody else, but guys, that's why we race.
Yep, absolutely. So once again, thank y'all very much. I'm glad that y'all tuned in and I hope y'all had just as much of an awesome time as we did up here tonight. Like I said, once again, if y'all would, keep on joining, keep coming back. We race every single night. There's not a dull moment in this league. So hopefully we'll see y'all again. Hopefully I'll be back out here next Wednesday to follow up the Elite Custom Cup Series at Kansas and Homestead. But we're going to go ahead and cut this off now. It's getting late. We know people's got to work in the morning, take care of kids, take care of their daily lives. So we ain't going to hold y'all up much longer. But once again, thank y'all very much. Arch, Puddin', Alex, everybody, thank y'all for being up here. And Puddin', you go ahead and say your one little phrase, and I'll say the other one.
Y'all be safe.
And bye!
Bye.
Bye!